Okay, what is up, YouTube? And welcome back to the final part of my Let's Build a Starship series. Yes, I said final part, because this is the final part. Hence, the name, Final Part. And the video name, Finishing Touches. Yeah. So, here I am, just putting on, as the name denoted, the finishing touches, just going along and doing what I think looks good. And once again, the frame rate sucks. Yeah, I think it's just the sheer amount of data in this now. I actually, while I was recording, I crashed Sketchup 5 times, just because there's so much data and my computer couldn't handle it. And I have a pretty good computer. I mean, it's not the best. It's a great video card, and it's got 8 gigabytes of RAM. I didn't think I was gonna have 8 problems, but this is a pretty sophisticated model. So, yeah. Here I am. I decided that I realized that we were missing the ion turrets anywhere on the ship, so I decided to make another bay to build the ion turrets. And as you can see, I kind of organized everything over here to make it a bit more effective, because everything was just strewn around everywhere. As you can see, I'm still having difficulties with the frame rate. And yeah. So here I am, just copy pasting a whole heck of a lot of ion turrets into the bay, which look really good, and the ship is really starting to take shape and look really cool. So yeah, not really sure what else there's to say. I'm just repeating the same thing on the other side. I guess the only thing I can really talk about right now, besides this, would be the next series. I was thinking that I actually might do like a Minecraft Redstone for Noobs series, because not many people have done those, and I don't know, I just thought it'd be cool. No, I think I've seen like 2 people, or I've seen a lot of people do, basic redstone, but it's just the real basics, like repeater goes this way, and place torch here to get it to work, that kind of thing. I haven't seen like a lot of the like real in-depth, it's somebody, the stuff I've seen is just somebody recording 10 minutes of boredom. So yeah, I think I might do that, or I think I might record some Team Fortress 2. I'm definitely going to do more SketchUp tutorials. I was thinking of doing a SketchUp for Noobs, where I build something, probably a starfighter, that's less in-depth than a star cruiser, so it would be a lot simpler to do. That would be pretty fun, pretty cool. Here I am, just looking around, seeing what's up. I decided we need more turrets, because as I'm looking at this from the front, I'm realizing that you can't, there's no turrets on the front, basically, so you can't, like, shoot anybody from the front. So here I am trying to put flak turrets on the wings, and it doesn't really work all that well. So here I am, just working on the ship, trying to copy paste some flak turrets. As you can see, I organized everything, and I deleted a lot of stuff, because at this point, as you can see, I imported the shield generator. I did not put the comms array, the comm satellite, on the vehicle, because this is what crashed it, is every time I try and copy paste the shield, or the comms array, into SketchUp, the whole thing would just crash. So after 4 or 5 times of trying to get it to work, I just said screw it, and I left the comms array off. And I know that was a big part of the ship, but it just didn't work. And I tried deleting a bunch of stuff, and I tried I tried a lot. I tried pretty much everything I could think of, but it didn't work. So yeah, here I am. I realized that, you know, there's not enough guns on the front. You can't shoot at anything coming head on. So I decide to build like a gun battery on the front. And I'm thinking like, whoa, I forgot about my rocket turrets. So here I am, just trying to make some guidelines to work off of, and the realization comes in about like 15 seconds. But anyway, yeah, I like doing these tutorials. I like doing these kind of cinematic tutorials, and I would love to do a gameplay. Me and my friends were thinking of having a Minecraft party, which would be pretty fun to record, since when we get together, things get weird. So here I am realizing that I have a rocket turret that I haven't even used yet, so I'm copy-pasting that onto the model. I was thinking about that, and that actually looks pretty cool, like that, you know. It has, like, you have the rocket turret on the front, and, you know, it's a pretty big, powerful turret. It's almost as big as the mass drivers, and it's pretty powerful since it's packing missiles. So I decided to put those on the front just because I was thinking about it. I was like, why not put the biggest guns on the front? Because I kind of pictured the mass drivers as something that you have to man. Like, you would have somebody sitting on the mass driver operating it, and then all the other turrets would be controlled independently in like a control room. Like maybe like one side of the command bridge is like the gunner control room, so you shoot from up there, or perhaps there's a guy inside the turret. I don't know. I didn't really decide on that. Yeah. Here I am just kind of figuring out this episode. Before, in pretty much every episode before now, I've had a plan of what I want to do. But this episode, I didn't have a plan at all. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say, but this episode I was just doing, you know, finishing touches. And just kind of touching up areas that looked flat or too, I don't know, too lame. So, I was thinking as I was recording this about, like, the function of the ship. And I'm thinking that this would be like an escort frigate, because it's not super heavily armed, but the build makes me think of speed. You know what I mean? Like, I think of this as like an escort, not like a dreadnought or a battle cruiser. This would be like the escort. I don't know. There's really no other way to classify it. It's just the escort cruiser, which would escort other ships like carriers, aircraft, spacecraft carriers, fighter transports into battle. Because, I mean, it's relatively heavy armed, but it's not extremely heavily armed. And the design is sort of that of speed. So this part, oh, listen. Whenever I record, I get so tired. I have no idea what it is about it. So this part, I'm just building, like, off the back. I'm trying to angle the shield generator so it fits on the back. And finally, I just go for a fair approximation and say, screw it. Here I am just trying to get the angle right. It took forever. I still didn't get it right. So I decided to just, here I am just trying to figure out what the angle was. I got as close as possible. As you can see, it's still a little bit off, but I wasn't willing to go extremely far into the decimals to get it right. But that looks pretty cool off the back. Out that far, it looks much less like a shield, like a castle, but more like a shield generator. And yeah, as I'm looking at this, I think I got all the placement right. The only thing I regret is taking that center section down the center line to accommodate a new turret. I mean, it's okay, it's not really noticeable, but that would be the one thing that I wasn't sure about, but I left it on because it looked okay. It could pass. So, yeah. Here I am. I couldn't think of anything else to add, so I'm on to the painting step. And I was a lot more meticulous with this. I did a lot more undoing with this because I wanted to get the paint job exactly right. And yeah. So yeah, here I am, just detailing as much as possible. I didn't want to go into like super extreme detail, but I did what I could, and I did what looked right. So yeah, this model, it came out much better than I expected. It came out much different than I expected, and it came out a lot different than I expected, and you know, all that, but it still came out pretty cool. Yeah. It's too bad I can't use it for anything. What I really want is I want to get a 3D printer and print this. That would be so cool. Like, print one of these that's like 6 feet long and 4 feet tall. That'd be pretty fun. Pretty cool. So, here I am just kind of deciding what I want to do. And I'm pretty much done here. I'm just going over and painting sections that need more paint. And I decided, I realized that you really can't see the turrets. They like blend too much. I mean, you can see that they're detailed out, but they don't have enough red on them to be seen. You know what I mean? Like, it just got blends and you can't see anything. So I decided to paint the bases of all the turrets red, and that would kind of pulls them out and it makes them more visible. But that was my mistake, probably, is doing everything in that gray. I should have done all the turrets and accents in a lighter shade of gray, and then done all of the ship in a darker shade so that the turrets stand out. And I can still do that. I can still just go over everything again with new lighter paint, but that would take an extremely long time. So maybe I'll do the whole ship the lighter shade and then the turrets the darker shade. But yeah, that's it. And here I am, and I realized like 10 minutes after I finished recording that I forgot something, and that was a name. So I went online and I found a good name, which was the Intrepid, and so it's the USDF Intrepid, and the USDF I decided stands for United Solar Defense Force. I don't know. I was trying to come up with something that sounded cool, a good acronym. So I decided on USDF because that sounds pretty darn cool. And here I am just putting that on both sides. So that's it. That's the ship. So once again, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like, /fave, /subscribe. Because if you do, that motivates me to do so much more. That's it.